All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another one reaching us, and then this one is coming from Professor Banji Akintoye, the chairman of Ilano Udua Worldwide. Okay, and then onto this one, he had finally sent a very strong statement message to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You see, Yoruba Nation movement shall definitely be achieved, either they like it or not. For the people who have been talking against Professor Banji Akintoye, a lot of things were actually said about him, but the truth of the matter is, who God has blessed, no man can curse. All right, well, that's by the wayside. Well, onto this one, the chairman of Ilanom, Odua Worldwide, IOW, and then head Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, YSDM, Professor Banji Akintoye has commended government of Canada for its intervention on the raging conflict in Cameroon. All right, that's another strong one. Well, this subheading here says conflict in Cameroon. Akintoye applauds Canadian government intervention, chides federal government's insensitivity to suffering of Nigerians. This is serious. Well, and then according to what had been gathered, Professor Akintoye said Canada government demonstrated huge sense of humility with the plan of bringing all the factions in the ranging conflict and the government of the Republic of Cameroon to the negotiating table towards a peaceful end to the horrific violence that continues to impact millions of helpless citizens that are trapped in this theater of a needless war in Africa. The applaud was contained in a statement made available to journalists on Saturday in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Well, according to the statement signed by Professor Akintoye, stated that, according to him, I quote, I wish to commend the bold and then visionary initiative of the government of Canada as recently announced by the Canadian Minister of Foreign Affairs to bring all the factions in the raging conflict and the government of the Republic of Cameroon to the negotiating table toward a peaceful end to the horrific violence that continues to impact millions of helpless citizens that are trapped in this theater of a needless war in Africa. The proposed courageous intervention of Canada in Cameroon to halt the humanitarian disaster in a peaceful fashion represents a much needed paradigm shift that would prevent predatory states from continuing annihilate helpless victims in Africa. The victims are often constituent minority nations who are forced to resist oppression that often border on existential threats. These threats emanate from attempts at consolidating a hegemony and then perpetual internal domination by a dominant group that has emerged through the sad imperial phase of the history of the Africa continent. In the African setting, a paradigm shift that is consistent with a sharpened sensibility of the global humanity to proactively protect minorities and then all groups that are endangered by reckless government much now be instituted. The longevity of any state, especially in Africa, should no longer be at the expense of the welfare existence of any group in the state. In this connection, it is imperative to draw the attention of the international community to the sordid state of humanity in the horribly disastrous country called Nigeria. In Nigeria since 2015, the Fulani-led federal government has deployed the full weight of state cohesion, including the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian Police, and the Lawless Directorate of State Security (DSS) to combine with vicious, bloodthirsty militias and then terrorists of the Fulani minority to wage a war of Fulani territorial acquisition within Nigeria. Because the Nigerian federal government has no concern for the Nigerian people suffering from Fulani attacks, there are no official numbers for the killed, maimed, displaced, and then missing. However, the People International Committee of the Red Cross (ICRC) has estimated that 200,000 have been killed across the Nigerian Middle Belt, more than 160,000 have been displaced from their homes to internally displaced refugee camps, and then that 1.5 million have been displaced from their homes in the northern eastern provinces, and the 707 million are desperately in need of humanitarian assistance. That in the eastern provinces, 55,000 have been killed, 12,000 missing, and then 7,000 are illegally detained by Nigeria security forces. That in the western provinces, 29,000 have been killed, and then 1.5 millions have fled across the Nigerian borders into refuge in Benin Republic. All right, my people, and then exactly what we have seen so far onto this one. Well, and then no, onto this one, Professor Banji Akintoye, the leader, the chairman of Ilana Odua Worldwide, and the head of Yoruba self-determination movement, as a matter of fact, called out the Nigerian government, and then he had been able to let them understand that they are not doing the right thing for the people. And right now, no, the people have been of the opinion that Yoruba people, the Yoruba nation, the Yoruba nation, and even the Biafra, this set of people have been of the opinion that they have to go their separate ways, simply because nothing is actually happening. Nothing good is actually happening to the people. Yes, so the people are suffering on a daily basis, and then nothing has been done. Even the colonial master have not done anything about it. According to some of my friends, they will say they have been looking away. Yes, and right now he had called on the federal government of Nigeria that as far as this movement is concerned, though, as far as what their activities is concerned, they will never go well with it. And right now, he had not been able to commend the effort of the Canadian government as in coming together, coming to rescue the people of Cameroon, and then such exactly is supposed to have been done for the people of Nigeria. All right, and then right now, a lot of people though have actually reacted onto this one. That according to what the statement, the passage had been given to us. According to what had been said, guess on its own part, it says that it's saying that it is imperative that Canada, one of the most peaceful nations, could intervene for peace resolution in Cameroon. In Nigeria, 276 schoolgirls were kidnapped, many farming villages were sacked, many were killed, and then many made homeless. Killing in Southeast has been a regular thing. Churches bombing in Southwest were common. Federal government was nonchalant. There has been agitation for self-determination. Federal government has been nonchalant. UK turned blind eyes. Bravo to Canada. All right, a lot of people have been hailing the country Canada for their efforts towards this. All right, Canada, your effort to mediate a truce is highly applauded. Yours is not based on a- any anticipated economic benefit, but purely out of milk of human kindness. This is unlike what USA and the UK are doing in Nigeria, turning blind eyes to obvious humanitarian calamity being visited on indigenous ethnic nationalities by Fulanis, being supported by federal agencies such as the police, military, DSS, and then other state actors. Well, my people, majority of things onto this one have actually been said, but the truth of the matter is that everything that had been said in this passage are nothing but the truth, because right now the federal government itself had been the cause of all the problems that had been bedevailing the country. The people are not happy. A lot of souls, in fact, innocent souls are dying on a daily basis. You want to talk about the kidnapping and the rest of them? Oh my goodness, Baba God, now your hand with day. All right, right now, and then it had come to our notice that as far as the movement is concerned, the federal government itself, talking about the federal government of Nigeria, it's not ready to fight for the people. That is why the people have come out in their numbers that they have to go their separate ways. And then should we blame them for that? No. Well, majority of things though had actually been said onto this one. Baba God, now your hand with you. All right, what more can we say onto this? Meanwhile, let me have your own take, my people, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are new on this channel. All right, thanks and God bless.